get into before we get into that, y'all gotta understand something. The relationship between me and Kevin Durant, this goes all the way back to when he was in Oklahoma. My dad, when he was here, rest in peace. My dad was the biggest LeBron James fan in the world. He had a hat for every team LeBron was on. My dad had a LeBron James Cleveland hat when LeBron was in his early years in the NBA in Cleveland. He had a Miami Heat hat, and let me tell you something, the Miami Heat check days, he was getting on my nerves with the Miami Heat was the original Golden State. They were the original Golden State, and man, bro, Miami Heat fans used to make me so mad. But they didn't make me mad at the Golden State, because that's when I was like, all right, I've had enough of these NBA bandwagons. But when LeBron went back to Cleveland, my dad got a LeBron Cleveland hat, and then my dad ended up getting a LeBron Lakers hat. So my dad followed LeBron all the way up to even when he passed. And I just say this: the reason that me and Kevin Durant relationship just so disdain is simply because of how his time ended in Oklahoma. See, I don't care that they blew a 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals, because technically you were supposed to lose that game anyways. Golden State that year, if I'm not mistaken, they won 73 games. They were 73-9. They were on top of the West. They had the greatest record of all time. There's no way anybody picked anybody outside of Golden State to win the West that year. The only issue I have with Kevin Durant is that, after the Warriors end up blowing the 3-1 lead, losing to LeBron, which my dad was so hyped, so happy to see LeBron bring that championship back home to Cleveland, man. That 2015-2016 season, that was a legendary NBA season. That's probably the greatest NBA season ever, and I'm never gonna forget it. But specifically, never gonna forget the way it all concluded in the offseason. Because when I seen that morning, man, I bring it up all the time. That morning, it's just hard for me to get over it, because I think it was the weakest move, not just in basketball, but the history of professional sports. I don't think nobody ever thought about anybody doing it that way. But that 4th of July morning when I was 16 years old in 2016, 4th of July, my dad woke me up. He said, hey, go downstairs and look up, turn on SportsCenter. I go to the living room, click the remote, I turn on SportsCenter on my big TV, because my dad, he's always watching ESPN SportsCenter when he was upstairs at our old house. And I put on SportsCenter, and I see Warriors GM Bob Meyer, Steve Kerr is the head coach, and I see Kevin Durant with a suit. I'm like, what does this all mean? And then I see them shake hands, and then he pulls up from behind underneath him a Warriors jersey. He flips it around, and it's 35 Durant. I'm like, so Kevin Durant just signed with Golden State. I don't understand, because he just lost to Golden State in the conference championship. Why would you go to the team that just eliminated you when you were literally one win away? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. You were three times. You were away a trip. You were, like Stephen A. said, you were 48 minutes away. Not once, not twice, but 3 freaking times to get to the NBA Finals. And the Thunder would have won. They would have beat the Cavaliers. The Oklahoma City Thunder were going to beat LeBron and Kyrie. Kyrie Irving could not guard prime Russell Westbrook. They had Andre Roberson. They would have put him on J.R. Smith or Kyrie Irving to try to slow down Kyrie Irving. Kevin Durant, they would have put probably him on LeBron, or they would have put him on Kevin Love, and then they would have put Serge Ibaka on LeBron. I already knew the whole match, because I remember that whole Thunders lineup, because I played with them in 2K16 all the time. And I'm never going to get over it. My friend Tony's like, Chris, it's been 8 years. You need to let it go. I'm never going to let it go. I'm not going to let go that he left the team and went to go play for Golden State. And not one man in the world didn't say, well, he went to Golden State. That don't mean they're not about to win a championship. I don't want to hear that, because that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy if you don't think the Warriors had a shot, were iffy on winning the NBA championship. Matter of fact, I thought the Warriors that year were going to win at least 75 games that year.